Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, be the reason someone smiles. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, be the reason someone smiles. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, be the reason someone smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, be the reason someone smiles. Siva gedola, lio besimcha. 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 Be the reason someone smiles. 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 Siva gedola, lio besimcha. Siva gedola, lio besimcha. Siva gedola, lio besimcha. Siva gedola, lio besimcha. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, be the reason someone smiles. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, be the reason someone smiles. Siva gedola, lio besimcha. Siva gedola, lio besimcha. Siva gedola, lio besimcha. Siva gedola, lio besimcha. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, give a smile. Give a schmeichel, give a schmeichel, be the reason someone smile. Give a smile, give a smile, give a smile, give a smile. Give a smile, give a smile. Be the reason someone smiles. Siva, gedola, lio, lio, besimcha. Siva, gedola, lio, lio, besimcha. Siva, gedola, lio, lio, besimcha. Siva, gedola, lio, besimcha. Siva, gedola, lio, 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 besimcha. Be the reason someone smiles. 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 Siva gedola, lio besimcha. Siva gedola, lio lio besimcha. Siva gedola, lio lio besimcha. Siva gedola, lio besimcha. Someone smile. The reason someone smile. The reason someone smile. The reason someone smiles. The reason someone smiles.
Welcome back, everyone, and a very special welcome to all
These planes, a plane that you're
Give a smile, give a smile, give a smile, give a smile. Give a smile, give a smile. Be the reason someone smiles. Give a smile, give a smile, give a smile, give a smile. Give a smile, give a smile. Be the reason someone smiles.
Breakfast with Elli.
המלך יענני ויואם גורייני יעיני מוי סוימו וסימפו סוזו מקוקה תיאלוני כל זה זו שם נגזו נבוי זי בוי חרטו אדינו יעיני מלך ואילום בוי ראי פרי הגופן בוי חרטו אדינו יעיני מלך ואילום בוי אמנמסומם
No yamavdil ben kodesh lechol. Mode ani lefanecha melech chai v'kai נשמתי בחמלה רבה אמונתך השם יתברך תמיד אוהב אותי ותמיד יהיה לי רק טוב והשם יתברך תמיד אוהב אותי ותמיד יהיה לי רק טוב ויהיה לי עוד יותר טוב ועוד 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 יותר טוב ותמיד יהיה לי רק טוב רק טוב.
Good morning and welcome to Breakfast with Elli. It is Sunday, episode 193, the 25th day of May, the 27th day of Iyar. The Torah portion is Bamidbar, in the desert. Yes, it is the fourth book of the Torah, and we are now heading into SHAVUOS, where we have the giving of the Torah. Today, HaYom Rishon L'Shabbos, first day, counting up towards Shabbos, learning the first Aliyah on this, the 42nd day of the Omer. So we have a lot to do, and I have an appointment later, so let us get started. Men and boys take you to front sitzes. Everyone else join us in the second bracha as we do our morning brachas. All right, hold on one second. Let me just move this over here. All right, here we go. Or not. What's going on? Oh, here we go. All right. Are you ready? Okay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al mitzvat tzitzit. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher yatzar et ha'adam b'chokhma uvaravo nekavim nekavim chalulim chalulim galui v'yadua lifnei chisei Chivodecha she'im yisatem echad mehem o im yipateach echad mehem I efshar lehitkayem afilu sha'a echat Baruch atah Adonai rofe chol basar umafli la'asot Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al divrei Torah. Hareini mekabel alay mitzvat aseh shel ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. I take upon myself every single day to love my fellow friend in a very special way.
Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe, Morasha kehilas Yaakov, Morasha kehilas Yaakov, Morasha kehilas Yaakov, Torah Tziva lanu Moshe.
Now I have some.
I put it in the pushki, that's a darker box. I put it in the pushki, that's a darker box. I put it in the pushki for someone else to keep. Yeah, I put it in the pushki that's a darker box. I put it in the pushki that's a darker box. I put it in the pushki for someone else in need.
All right, tzedakah has been given. Thank you so much. All right, fantastic. And that takes us to the saying of the Shema. Take your right hand and place it over your eyes, please.
The Jewish people will win this war. The Israeli people will win this war. We, together, the Western world, will win. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Thank you for listening.
Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך, ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
49 days to count the Omer. After it's dark, Mark, at the end of my read, Steve, do it in shul, Shmuel, just count with me. Look for the stars, Tamar, just be sure to make the bracha. Erev is the key, Tzvi, count Sphira with me.
All right, we are on day 42 of the Sphira. Here is the bracha. Are you ready?
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצרי סוף וציוונו על ספירת צבאינו.
HaYom, HaYom, Shnayim ve'arba'im yom, Sher shisha shavuos, bo Omer.
ספרתם לכם ממוחר עשה שבוס, ממוחר עשה שבוס, מיום אביכם. ספרתם לכם ממוחר עשה שבוס, מיום אביכם. אס אוימר התנופו.
שחקל נהיה בדבורוי, שקל נהיה בדבורוי.
Fantastic. All right, and that takes us to breakfast. Today I have coffee and cottage cheese. I'm out of yogurt, so coffee and cottage cheese. Are you ready? Making a bracha shahakol still. Baruch ato Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shahakol nihya bidvarei.
Coffee, blessed coffee. God bless you for being a friend. When the whole world turns on me, it's only you on which I can depend. I want to taste you in the morning and a few times throughout the day. Yes, a cup or two in the evening too, but for me it's the only way. Yeah.
So good. Today in Jewish history. A Yom Tov is cited in Megillus Tainis, commemorating the defeat of the Yevanim, the Greek-Syrian army, by the Hashmonaim. The Yevanim desecrated Eretz Yisrael by hanging crowns of roses in many places while singing songs to their idols. They also wrote heretical messages on the horns of bulls and donkeys. Demetrius II gave to the Jews of Israel the crown money, which he annually levied, and recognizing the independence of Judea under the rule of the Hashmonaim, Shimon HaChashmonai, on this date. Tel Aviv Harbor's construction began on this day in 1938, and the Theresienstadt concentration camp was liberated. Theresienstadt was not a death camp by the usual definition. It was the center of a Nazi PR ploy, a mythic, idyllic city that was supposedly built to protect the Jews from the vagaries and stresses of the war. The Red Cross was once allowed to visit Theresienstadt, which was spruced up for the occasion. Inmates were dressed up. Baked goods suddenly filled the shelves. The Red Cross concluded that the Jews were being well treated. In reality, starvation and disease were rampant. Of the 200,000 people, mostly Czechoslovakian Jews, who passed through the gates of Theresienstadt, thousands died of malnutrition and exposure, and 88,000 were sent to Auschwitz and other extermination camps. When the war ended, a mere 19,000 of the 200 had survived. I believe they did a TV movie about Theresienstadt. Idyllic little Swiss-looking village. Yeah. All right. The Israeli army captured Yavna on this, the second day of the Six-Day War. After a mere 36 hours of fighting, the IDF was in the middle of Sinai. They had liberated Gaza, where Yitzchak, our father, lived for 20 years. Also, the Jordanian-held cities of Latrun, Kalkaya, and Yanin in the Sumerian hills, where our forefathers and mothers lived, was now under Jewish control. And most incredibly, the IDF had encircled Jerusalem and opened Scopus Road. According to a report in the Jerusalem Post, humor had apparently not been a casualty of war. A young Israeli soldier told Mayor Teddy Kolak about the victories in Jerusalem, saying, "We just made your city bigger." Mr. Kolak replied, "A bigger headache, you mean?" The United Nations Security Council unanimously voted for an immediate ceasefire in the Middle East war. Yeah, good luck with that. Sounds like today, right? It sounds like today. All right. Let us continue now with HaYom Yom. Now, I might have to pop it in.
היום הזה הוא זמן שמחתנו. שמע את התפילה שבליבנו.
HaYom Yom, thoughts for the day, 25th of Iyar. A man is stranded in a horrific snowstorm. HaYom Yom, thoughts for the day, 27th of Iyar. Our parents give us life, eye color, and training. When we open our minds and hearts to great teachers, they give us direction and purpose. We don't get our biological entity from them. We do get our spiritual identity from them, and even adapt their character and mannerisms. So caution whom you allow into your life. When you find a teacher like the Baal Shem Tov, lean in as hard as you can and allow His holiness to transform your identity.
in the HaYom, 27th of Iyar, the 42nd day of the Omer, the Rebbe writes, the name of the Frierdiker Rebbe, that my father, the Rebbe Ashab, related that he heard from his father, the Rebbe Marash, quoting his father, who was the Tzemach Tzedek, that he heard from the Alter Rebbe, that the Alter Rebbe referred to himself as the Maggid's son, the Mezritcher Maggid's son, and the Baal Shem Tov's grandson. So the Alter Rebbe considered himself the son of the Maggid and the grandson of the Baal Shem Tov. Although the Baal Shem Tov had physical grandchildren, literal grandchildren, the Alter Rebbe, in the spiritual sense, considered himself the heir who inherited the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov and passed it on to all generations in the teachings of Hasidus.
All right. A word from our sponsors. And now, a word from our sponsors. PestProRidol.com.
PestProRidol.com. Trusted by the best to keep away the pests. We are offering COVID-19 disinfection services. Mention this ad and get 1 month free service. Visit us at PestProRidol.com.
Tarzane Group. Micro, miniature, and small orchids. Go to tarzanegroup.com or call Tomas at 305-440-0565. That's 305-440-0565. And order today. Visit Tomas and Yair at tarzanegroup.com. Micro, miniature, and small orchids. Beautiful in your home. Go to the website and read Tomas's orchid blog. And by Dina D Design. DinaDDesign at gmail.com. Fine artwork, custom made to your specifications, logos, wall hangings, Judaica, and you can even have something for your child's room. Dina D Designs. Go to her Facebook or Instagram or call or text. Thank you very much to our sponsors. If you'd like to become a sponsor, please go right up here to where it says patreon.com/theactorsrabbi, and you can contribute even only $1 a month if you'd like, but that'll help us bring this broadcast to you on a daily basis and cover our expenses. Be sure to thank your sponsors when shopping and mention Breakfast with Elli when you're shopping there. There might be discounts. Thanks for watching.
Helping lots of people any way we can. Tzedakah is the Jewish way to help your fellow man.
All right, we are giving tzedakah today, as we do every single day. But in addition to all of that, I'm asking that you help out to bring Torah all around the world. And how can you do that? You can do that by helping with a Torah institution. This one. Scan this handy QR code, which will take you to breakfastwithelli.live/new computer, breakfastwithelli.live/new computer, where you can contribute to helping us pay our expenses, and help us bring Torah all around the world and continue to do it without interruption because we don't have enough money to pay a bill. It's true.
Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe.
Okay, as we do every day, we are doing an overview of the name of our parsha, Bamidbar, which is the name of our parsha and the entire book. It means in the desert. However, the name Bamidbar doesn't seem to bring to light any unique qualities of our parsha at all. At this point, the Jewish people have been situated in the desert for a considerable amount of time. Throughout the whole book of Vayikra and part of the book of Shmos. So what's added now by stressing that the Jewish people were Bamidbar in the desert? The answer to this question lies in the fact that we always read Parshas Bamidbar just before Shavuos, when we experience the giving of the Torah once again. For spiritually, the Torah is given anew every Shavuos, and it's necessary to recall and take to heart the fact that the Torah was not given in a civilized environment, but Bamidbar, in the desert. So the Rebbe teaches an interesting new lesson. A desert is a place of utter desolation where no man can live. So the Torah was given there to indicate that it should be embraced without any preconceptions or ulterior motives. When a person lives in a civilized place and encounters a new idea or suggestion, the first thing he'll do is evaluate it to determine whether it's acceptable according to societal norms. With Torah, however, that's a mistake. The correct approach to accepting the Torah is na'aseh v'nishma. We will do, and later we will understand. So Torah was given in a desert where nobody lives to indicate that one needs to be truly open-minded and not influenced by one's environment to appreciate Torah values. The Torah was given in the desert, the second reason, to indicate that sharing Torah with those who currently find themselves in a spiritual desert is fundamental to Torah Judaism. It's not the case that Torah can also reach those who we found in a spiritual wasteland. On the contrary, that's the central theme in the giving of the Torah, to transform every spiritual desert into a civilized environment. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I really do. In the first Aliyah, Hashem counts Moshe to count all the Jewish men of military age. Hashem names one member of each tribe as the Nasi, the leader of the tribe. Each Nasi will assist Moshe and Aaron in taking a census of their tribe. An additional objective of this census was to establish the tribal lineage of every single Jew. All right, there we go. Chumash and Rashi with Rabbi Avtzon up next.
Jewish audio on Chabad.org.
Book number 4 of the Torah, the third census, Bamidbar in the desert. After the Mishkan was erected and began to function, Hashem instructed Moshe to take a census of the Jewish people. Counting the people at this time indicated that the erection of the temple was a pivotal junction in the people's history, and that Hashem values each individual's contribution to Hashem's plan for creation. The importance of the census would have required that it be conducted on the same day that the tabernacle was erected, which was the first day of the month of Nisan, but doing so would have detracted from the other people's focus on the Mishkan itself and rites performed in it. On the other hand, postponing the census until immediately after the installation rites would have given the impression that its significance is subordinate to the people's relationship with the Mishkan, rather than an integral part of it. Therefore, Hashem scheduled the census for the first day of the next month, Rosh Chodesh Iyar, indicating that, like the erection of the Mishkan, the census was also important enough to take place on the first day of the month. So thus, Hashem spoke to Moshe in the Sinai desert in a tent meeting on the first day of the month of Iyar, the second month of 2449. That's 3,302 years ago, the second year after their exodus from the land of Egypt. And he said, take a census of all the adult males from the congregation of Israelites by families, and then add up the family totals to arrive at the total of each tribe. The people's tribal lineage will follow their paternal houses. Do not count them directly, but indirectly. Take a half a shekel from each in accordance with the number of their names, one for each. Thus you will have an exact head amount for every male. You and Aaron shall count all those in Israel 20 years and over, for only those over 20 are fit to serve in the army for their tribal troops. Throughout the census there shall be one man with you from each tribe, that is the prince of that tribe, the one who is the head of his paternal house, and they'll assist you in counting each tribe. And who are these people? And the Torah enumerates the name. For the tribe of Reuven, Elitzur, the son of Shteir. I'm going to go through the names because some of these names are so unusual that in case you're looking for names for your kids or grandkids, think of it. Shimon's tribe had Shlomiel. Shlomiel today is not a good name. It's the brother of Shlomazel, but once upon a time it was a cool name. Shlomiel, the son of Tzuri Shaddai. For Yehuda, Nachshon, the son of Aminadab. For Yisachar, Netanel ben Suar. For Zevulun, Eliav ben Chelon. For Yosef, who had two tribes coming out of him. For Ephraim, we had Elishama, the son of Amihud. Nasher, we had Gamliel, the son of Pedatzur. For Binyamin, we had Avidan, the son of Gidoni. For Dan, Achiezer, the son of Amishadai. For Asher, Pagiel ben Ochran. And for Gad, Eliasap ben Duel. And finally for Naphtali, the guy's name was Achira ben Einan. These men were until now simply the heads of their tribes. By appointing them to assist Moshe in collectively conducting the census, Hashem promoted them to be the ones summoned from the congregation to present them all, collectively, in all important matters as the princes of the tribes of their fathers. Thus they became the heads of thousands of Israel. So Moshe and Aaron took these men, as been commanded, who had been designated by Hashem by their names, and installed them in a new capacity at office. They assembled all the congregation on the same day, the first day of the second month, and everyone registered their lineage according to their families, according to the family houses, by producing their family records, bringing witnesses regarding social acceptance of their family ties. They then counted them by the number of their names, making sure each gave 1/2 shekel, and then counting the half shekels. Thus they had a head count of every male 20 years and over. As Hashem commanded Moshe, so did he count them in the Sinai desert. And they found that miraculously the tally of each tribe was an exact round number divisible by 50, as follows. We continue with the exact numbers tomorrow.
Jewish audio.
All right. Parsha Points with Rabbi Epstein is up next. What happened over here? I don't know if I have this right or not, so hold on one second. All right, let's try this one. I think this is
Parsha
right.
points Bamidbar for Sunday. Mom, Dad, Moshe and Aaron and the Nasi of our Shevet are at the door. Whoa, I guess I better clean the place up. Don't they have more important things to do than count the Jewish people? I mean, get some otherwise unemployed straggler, a clipboard and an armband, let him go tent to tent, and let him do the census. Now imagine Moshe, Aaron, and the mayor show up. There's a sense of urgency and significance that makes the counting count. Can we do that for others? Can we make them feel worthy?
Welcome back, everyone, and a very special welcome to all those that are brand new here to Shnayim Yomi. My name is Rabbi Yaakov Moskowitz, and I am really looking forward to traveling through Parshas Bamidbar together with all of you over the course of this week. Now, the Parsha begins by telling us that Hashem wanted Moshe to take a census in the desert. He said, count every single male from age 20 and up. And Rashi tells us that the reason why Hashem wanted to take a census is to show his great love for Klal Yisrael. By constantly counting them, Hashem is showing us how much he loves us. Rashi tells us he counted us when we left Mitzrayim. He counted us by the time period of the Egel Hazav. And he's counting us now as Hashem is about to bring his Shekhinah into our world. And the way that this census worked was that they
and we're
did
back
not
another
count
summer.
Each individual
Anyway,
by
this week's
head,
Torah
but
portion is
rather
Bahar and
every
Bichur.
single person was to donate a half shekel, and in turn we're going to count the money and know the count through that. Now the Psukim tell us that Hashem wanted there to be one man from each shevet together with Moshe as he went through the count. And the Psukim delineate who were these men. These were the Nesiim. Each Nasi should be together with Moshe as they are counting that particular shevet. And the Aliyah concludes by telling us that in this census there was something unique going on, that Hashem wanted a specific count of each and every single shevet individually. And Rashi tells us that the people actually came before Moshe with documentation of their lineage showing which particular shevet they were from so that we could get an exact count of every single individual shevet.
important. It's not just to be able to say, hey, you, especially when it comes to names of the Torah, biblical names, the names of the Torah itself, of the Bible, the Chamisha Chumshei Torah, the 5 books, Bereshis, Shemos, Vayikra, Bamidbar, Devarim, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. But what is the meaning of those names? Today, I want to focus on that for a moment because we're starting the new book, Bamidbar. But before we do that, let's take the book of Tehillim, King David's book, so to say, and recite chapter 100 to thank God for the miracles that He did, miracles that He's doing, and the ultimate miracle, the miracle of redemption. So, Mizmor L'Soido, join me. Mizmor L'Soido, Riel Adonai Kol HaOretz, Ivdu Es Adonai B'Simcha Bo Elefano Birnona, Du'u Ki Adonai Hu Elohim, Hu Asanu V'lo Anachna Ame V'Tzoy Marisai, Bo Yishoru B'Soido, Chatzeroisa B'Sila Hoido Le'Bochu Shemoi Ki Toiv Adonai Le'Olam Chazdoi V'Yad Doir V'Doir Emunasoi. Forever, our faith and His faith in us. Let's give some tzedakah together. And so, names. The first book of the Torah is called Bereshis. Bereshis, literally translated, means in the beginning. And indeed, Torah talks about a beginning. It's called Genesis, which is the, I think, Greek word for the word beginning. Torah begins with telling us the creation of the world, creation of mankind, the beginning of civilization, or maybe uncivilization, challenges Adam, Noach, and all the different stories setting up the background for the coming into being of Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, the 12 tribes, the beginning of the Jewish people. The beginning. Then we have the book of Shemos. Shemos, which actually translates as names. The common word is called Exodus. They call it Exodus because we're talking about the fact that the Jewish people, the Bnei Israel, left Egypt after being enslaved. And the Exodus actually is a constant process. We always is in the process of finally of coming out of our own personal Egypt. But the book of Shemos describes how Hashem took, as we said, one nation out of another nation and forged a new identity, a new name. Bnei Yisrael, the Jewish people, the children of Israel. The third book, Vayikra. Vayikra, which translates as, and He called. In other words, God is calling us to action. A call to action. The common name is Leviticus. The reason is because, as we know, the tribe of Levites, they were the one dedicated entirely to the service of Hashem in the temple, teaching Torah, preserving Judaism, preserving the message of God. But the word is Vayikra, and He called, for us to remember. There's an ongoing, there's a constant call to action. And indeed, that's where the Torah discusses all about the laws of purity and impurity. The Torah discusses the whole process of serving in the temple. It doesn't mean only in the temple in the Beis HaMikdash. Our life is like a temple, that we constantly have to be aware and conscious of the fact that we are always at your service, so to say. We're always expected to serve Hashem in everything that we do. Then comes Bamidbar. Bamidbar, which is where God counts the people. Bamidbar, which translates as in the desert. In fact, the first words of the pasuk is Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe b'midbar Sinai, and God spoke to Moses in the desert of Sinai. So they grabbed the word Bamidbar, but in English they call it numbers because there was the census was taken. But it is more than this. Bamidbar tells us the call to action that we have received in Vayikra is what? That in the desert, the world is like a desert, void of godliness. void of growth, void of God's presence. So we are called to action in this desert for us to realize that our task, our responsibility is what? To transform the desert into a blooming paradise, into a blooming garden. How so? Obviously, by doing the mitzvahs, which comes Eila Devarim. Those are the words, the godly words that Moshe Rabbeinu repeats again, reviews everything that God had said, all the commandments. So Bamidbar, which is always just before Shavuot, before the holiday of the giving of the Torah, to tell us this desert must be made into the garden for God. And this will be perfected and fulfilled with the coming of Mashiach, God willing, right now.
Beautiful. He puts it so nicely. All right, Pirkei Avos. All right, we're going to do chapter 6. The first Mishnah. We are going to finish Pirkei Avos this week, and then after Shavuos, we'll start it all over again. Are you ready?
Okay, we're on Avot Perek Vav Mishnah Aleph. First Mishnah in the 6th chapter of Masechet Avot. So the first thing you have to know about the 6th chapter of Masechet Avot is what the introduction up to Masechet Avot, and there are a bunch of different girsa'ot to it. But read it as such. Shanu Chachamim B'Lashon HaMishnah. The sages learned or taught in the language of the Mishnah. Baruch Shebachar Be'em U'B'Mishnah Tam. Blessed is he that shows them and their Mishnah. I.e., this Perek. Let's look at the Parish of Rashi. Notice immediately here, there's no Bar Tanura and no Rambam. Right? In the last one we had Bar Tanura, we had Rambam. This last chapter of Pirkei Avot is not part of the classic Pirkei Avot. But instead, it's part of, it was added on later on. Why? Because there was a minhag, a very famous custom, of learning Pirkei Avot in the weeks between Pesach and Shavuot. We have 6 Shabbatot, but there are only 5 chapters. So this chapter, it's a chapter of Braitot. It has a different kind of aura, a different kind of feel to it. Okay, but it was added on later on. But it's a very, very ancient minhag, meaning we find it even in the Siddur of Amram Gaon, from the time in Bavel, in the community of Bavel, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago, millennia ago. Okay, so therefore, it's just important to know that this chapter is not part of the Mishnah. Braitahi, Ubulashona Mishnah Ishniya, Rashi says it's the Braita in the language of the Mishnah. But Eino Mishnah. Okay, but it's not the Mishnah. Okay, Ulufika Fishik Arashav Kol Mishnah. Because until now, all the chapters were Mishnah. This is not part of the Mishnah. It's part of the Braita. Why? As I said, these are words of Agadah. And the Mishnah we're going to talk about mostly engage in the idea of studying Torah. They read them in the shul, as I said. They added them on because they needed a 6th chapter. So what we're going to read through them. Rabbi Meir says, anyone who immerses himself in Torah lishma for its sake, the idea of studying Torah for its own sake, not for my benefit, not even just to know it, but to understand the Torah. So he merits many things. The whole world, the word is kedayulo, is worth it just for him. He's called a rea, a friend. Ahuv. Ohevet Amakom, he's called beloved. Ohevet Amakom. Ohevet Abriyot, he loves Amakom, God. Ohevet Abriyot, he loves humanity, all people. Misamech et Amakom, he brings joy to God. Misamech et Abriyot, he brings joy to humanity. The Torah and the Torah he studies, Malbashto Anava V'yira. It adorns him. It dresses him with humility and fear of God. Umachsharto, it prepares him, the tzaddik, to be a tzaddik, v'chasid, and righteous. Tzaddik is righteous, chasid is someone who's devoted, v'yashar, and someone who's straight, v'ne'eman, and reliable. It's interesting, it doesn't say that he becomes one, it says rather his Torah studies machshir him. The Torah study prepares him for that, doesn't force it. And it distances him from sin. And it brings him close to merit. And they benefit from him. Eitzah, he's a person who has the ability to give advice. Vetushia, let me see if I can get this. Tushia is the Torah Shalom Vimimenu. Let's see if Rashi talks about what Tushia is for a second. Eitza Tushia Lo Tayar Balaz Inyan Ga'ava Ugdula. It's pride and greatness. Okay? Other people benefit from him. Okay, to people learn from him. They benefit from his eitzah tushiyah, bina, his wisdom, gvura, his strength. Ne'emar, li eitzah b'tushiyah, I have eitzah b'tushiyah, ani bina, li gvura. I am bina, to me is gvura. The Torah that he does, notenet lo malchut, umemshala, v'chikor din. And the Torah that he studies gives him malchut, crown of monarchy. Memshala here means leadership, the ability to lead. The chikur din, and the idea of the ability to root out the justice. Umegalim lo razei Torah, and they reveal to him the secrets of the Torah. He's like an overflowing ma'ayan well, and like an unending river. And he is sanua, he is modest, okay, and erech ruach. Erech ruach, the Kati says means it's savlan. It's like patient. It's not just patience. It's a person who's willing to accept savlan is suffering. And he forgives his people who embarrass him. And it makes him large, great. And exalts him on all of creation. So this is the value of someone who's supposed to take the Torah Mitzvah. He's in Torah. Stop here. Dedicate our learning to memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman.
How beautiful is that? All right. And that takes us to Tehillim.
Al Yedei Amidas Tehillim, Al Yedei Amidas Tehillim, Al Yedei Amidas Tehillim, Tisoyrecha Vatzeles HaShoroin.
All right, very simple. Chapters 23 and 124. Let's say them together.
מזמור לדוד, אדוני רואי, לא אחסר, בינוס תשע, ירביצני, על מי מנוחוס ינהלני, נפשי שובב, ינחני ומעגלי צדק, למען שמו, גם כי לך בגיא צלמובס, לא ירא, כי אתה עמדי, שבטך ומשענתך, המה ינחמוני, תערוך לפניי שולחן נגד צורריי, תשענת בשמן ראשי, כוסי רוויה, אך טוב וחסד ירדפוני, כל ימי חיי ושבתי בביס אדוני לאורך ימים.
Tanya for today, learning Tanya for today, and I'm going to give us our thought for the day with Rabbi Epstein presently. Are you ready? Here we go.
Tanya thoughts for the 25th. Tanya thoughts for the 27th of Iyar. You know that overly enthusiastic Chabad guy? A casual acquaintance makes an offhand remark that he might be interested in exploring his Yiddishkeit, and boom, there's the Chabad guy with the tefillin, 31 brand new mezuzahs, brochures to sign the kids up for camp. And what's with the blowtorch? We love his enthusiasm. You might need to tone it down, walk it back just a notch to match the attenuated level of his friend. That's the beauty of Torah. The infinity of Hashem in bite-sized human portion packages. That's how Hashem does it. He gives us what we can handle on our level. Don't be disappointed. The enthusiasm is there. The godliness is there. It's communicated to us in a way in which we can handle it.
Thank you for joining Tanya in 5. Today's lesson for the 27th of Iyar. We continue in chapter 52. Chapter 52, and one word is Meichin, brains. We are trying to understand God's presence in this world, how it is in a specific place, the Shekhinah, as the divine presence is called. And what does that mean? Because God is everywhere. So what we understand is that the extension of God's vitality, that gives vitality and makes a distinction between higher and lower creatures and higher and greater worlds, is exactly because there's an extension like the ray of light that comes from the sun. But how about the sun itself, which is the Shekhinah, which is the source of all vitality? So when we're speaking about the divine presence, it's the Shekhinah itself, the origin and the core of the manifestation of the Ein Sof of God, as it illumines in the worlds in a revealed manner. Where is that going to be how is that going to be in a revealed manner is what we need to understand. Again, the extension of vitality that comes from God is a mere diffused light that comes, that radiates, again, metaphorically, as the ray of sun from the sun. But the sun itself, the Shekhinah itself, for it to be revealed in the worlds, it could not endure. It could not receive the light of this Shekhinah, if it were to actually be revealed, without a garment to screen out and to conceal the light, so that this world should not become nullified and lose its entire identity. Just as like the ray of sun within the sun in its source, so likewise we would be if the manifestation of the Shekhinah were without a garment to conceal or to screen out this great light. But yet at the same time, not screen it out in a way that it's not revealed. We want the presence of God to be revealed, but yet there needs to be this garment that allows it, that it should be revealed in a way that doesn't nullify us. So what is that garment? What is that screening process to conceal the Shekhinah? It's not the Shekhinah itself, of course, but it is something greater than the Shekhinah, and that is the wisdom of God, which is clothed, God's wisdom is clothed in Torah and its commandments as it's revealed to us, to the children of Israel. The Torah that issues from wisdom, Chachma Ilah, supernal wisdom, is immeasurably higher than the world of manifestation. In other words, the Shekhinah itself. Shekhinah is Malchus of Atzilus, whereas the wisdom of God is a Chachma of Atzilus, as it's enclosed in Torah. Hence, it is this, the Torah and its mitzvahs, that serve as a garment to be able to reveal the Shekhinah, the divine presence of God, in a manner that it should not be overwhelming, that it should not nullify us out of existence. And this wisdom, of course, of Torah and mitzvahs, it just is wisdom. The wisdom is one with God, so likewise the Torah is a one with God, with the Ein Sof. Now, if that's the case, then seemingly this garment is even greater than what it's concealing is even greater than the Shekhinah itself, and the Shekhinah itself is something we cannot endure without a garment. Then how come the garment itself is something that doesn't allow us to that we should endure? In other words, that we should have not be nullified, rather, in the ray of light of sun within the sun. So the Alter Rebbe concludes in the class in saying that even though that the wisdom of God is greater than the expression of God in manifestation of God through Malchus, but yet we're speaking about the way this wisdom has descended through obscuring gradations of level after level to descend into this world, to clothe itself, Torah and mitzvahs, in the materiality of this world, namely the 613 commandments of the Torah. So even though it is this lofty divine level, but the garment that is serving to allow the presence of God to be revealed is in the way it is in the materiality of this world, the 613 commandments, how they're expressed in a physical commandment in this world. And this then is giving us an understanding of the presence of God, the Shekhinah. The Shekhinah means, again, the divine presence as it is in this world, and how it is in this world needs to be expressed through the wisdom of Torah, as it is expressed in the materiality of this world. And just so we can understand on a human level, the Shekhinah is this metaphorically is the speech of the individual, where the intelligence of the individual is clothed within the speech of an individual, that speech should be now guided and be reflective of the person's wisdom. And that is Tanya in 5. Thank you for joining.
No, it's not impossible that Rebbe did say, just study Rambam each and every day. I'll never miss my daily Rambam. My Rebbe so desires, I'm not busy.
Today we discuss the sota, the suspected adulteress. The Torah tells us that if a man has suspicion that his wife is committing adultery with another man, he is to warn her against going into seclusion with that man. Afterwards, if she is indeed caught by witnesses going into seclusion with that man, she assumes the status of a sota, a suspected adulteress. And the Torah lays out, in Positive Mitzvah 223, a very specific procedure that's to be followed to determine whether or not she's innocent. The woman was brought to the Holy Temple, where she was met by a Kohen. This Kohen had prepared a mixture of water and dirt taken from the Holy Temple site. She was then made to offer a special flower offering, a korban mincha. Incidentally, there's a very special mitzvah, negative mitzvah 104, attached to this flower offering. Unlike all flower offerings which had oil mixed into them, the mincha of the sota was not to have any oil mixed into it. While holding this flower offering in her hands, the Kohen would administer an oath to the woman, letting her know that she would soon be made to drink the mixture of the water and dirt. If she would be innocent, the water would do her no harm. However, if she'd be guilty, the water would turn into a nasty mixture which would actually kill her. After accepting this oath, the Kohen would write down the verses of the oath and erase the scroll which he had written the oath on into the water. So now the mixture had water, dirt, and the ink of the erased scroll. The woman was then given the water to drink, and indeed, if she was guilty, the water killed her, but if she was innocent, the water actually improved her quality of life, making her more healthy, and if she was barren, allowing her to have children.
Baruch Hashem, today is day number 86 of our daily study of Rambam Sefer Mitzvahs. In the 3 chapters a day of Mishnah Torah, we're starting a new set of halachas, Hilchas Saita. Now, saita is a word that doesn't translate into English. Often we see it translated as the suspected adulteress, which is just accurate enough to be terribly misleading, because a saita is a woman suspected of adultery, but it's an oversimplification, and we're better off just using the actual word saita. Saita actually means a woman who's gone astray, but that also doesn't tell us what it is. It's a very specific
legal term which describes a woman whose husband issued to her a specific warning, not to seclude herself with a specific man who he felt was not reputable, not trustworthy. And then she is in seclusion with that specific man. And now, because of the previous warning that he had made, in order to permit them to remain married together, there's a whole process that she has to undergo, or they both have to undergo, actually. They both have to go to Yerushalayim, to the holy city of Jerusalem, to the Beis HaMikdash, the holy temple. Oh, and by the way, yes, this can only be done in the time when the temple stands. And there's a whole procedure, and it ends with the drinking of a potion that is made from water primarily, and has within it dissolved a parchment upon which is written certain Torah passages, which also include Hashem's name. In the process, she also brings an offering, a mincha offering. A mincha means a flour or meal offering, as opposed to like an animal offering. So that's what it is. All right, and let's do it. Positive Commandment 223. We have two mitzvahs today. Positive Commandment 223 is the positive commandment of how to deal with this case called the Soita. In the event that all of the specific criteria that I described are met, so the procedure of bringing her husband and her go to the Beis HaMikdash, to the Holy Temple, and there's this whole procedure. Okay, so that's positive commandment 223. Negative commandment 104. Negative 104 is the prohibition against putting oil, I don't mean WD-40, I mean olive oil, in her mincha offering. Part of her procedure that she undergoes is she brings a meal offering. It's made from barley flour. And there is significance to that, but we won't get into that. Normally, a meal offering has oil mixed in, as well as other ingredients, but we'll talk about that, God willing, tomorrow. Her offering does not have oil included in it, and it is a negative prohibition, negative 104, not to include olive oil in her meal offering. Okay, we're going to be continuing with Hilchos Soita, God willing, tomorrow. It's a 4-chapter section. So today we had chapters 1, 2, 3. Tomorrow we'll have chapter 4, and then we'll start. So we'll have another Soita-related mitzvah tomorrow, God willing, and then we'll start a new section of halacha. We'll see you tomorrow, God willing.
All right. Fantastic. Matters of Moshe. Oh, no, SHAVUOS. Sorry about that.
Hashem gave us a present, do you know what it was? He gave us the Torah and we must keep its laws. He asked the other nations, do you want this gift of mine? But they said no thank you, for Torah we've no time. Then to Bnei Yisrael Hashem did go. We said Naseh v'nishma, because we love him so.
All right, fantastic. Here we go. We don't sleep on SHAVUOS?
The holiday of Shavuot, you done? Yeah. We are supposed to stay up the whole night and study Torah. We don't sleep the whole night. This Tuesday night is Shavuot, when God gave the Torah to the Jewish people. So are you going to stay up all night?
No.
Why not?
I have to work the next day.
You can't work on a Jewish holiday.
Every Jew works on the next day. You have to work. I'm going to get in trouble with my... Oh, I am the boss.
The money we make when we work on Shabbos and Yom Tov, it's not good money.
It's not good.
It's not good.
I can't spend it?
I mean, hopefully, we want you to spend the money on good things, not on parking tickets.
I never get a parking ticket.
Now you're going to get a parking ticket.
No, I'm not.
You'll see.
There's a cop pulled me over.
Oh, no. Albert. He's over here. He's right here. Albert's here. Come get him.
If they get me, Rabbi, no more holiday deliveries. Everybody
Silliness. All right, here we go.
Why are so many Jewish people not going to sleep tonight? They'll be up the entire night. Hi, my name is Rabbi Raps, and I teach you what you should have learned in Hebrew school. Welcome to my synagogue. The reason is, tonight is the anniversary of the splitting of the sea in the Exodus story. And it's believed that tonight is a revelation of tremendous holiness and blessings. And people don't want to sleep through that. So they stay up and they study the Torah all through the night. So where are you going to be tonight? What are you going to be doing? Let us know. Happy final days of Pesach. Hope you're enjoying the matzah. It's only 2 days left.
All right. We'll do more about Shavuos in the coming days. Every day a little bit more. Matters of Mashiach.
והוא גואלנו, והוא גואלנו, והוא גואלנו, משיח צדקנו, הרבי מלובביץ' מלך המשיח, הרבי מלובביץ'.
There are three primary stages in the coming of Mashiach, the process. Many of the other descriptions of Mashiach fit into this framework. Number one, our job in exile is to refine the spark of holiness, the sparks of holiness scattered throughout the world. And this work is primarily centered on refining our 7 emotional traits, learning what is good and what is bad. Sphira, counting of the Omer, refining of the traits. This process of personal refinement is a prerequisite to Mashiach. Now, once this is completed, we begin the second stage of refinement, refining our 3 intellectual traits so that we may know Hashem. And we begin this process now by learning the inner teachings, the secrets of Torah. We complete this stage in the time of Mashiach, when the secrets of Torah will be revealed to all. Stage 3, our service will shift to a process of uniting ourselves and everything in the world with Hashem. This is like a fully mature adult who needs no longer train their behavior, but seeks to deepen their understanding of our relationship with Hashem. Super cool stuff. Here's Shmuel Tzvi.
A lot of people sometimes wonder the question, does God actually care about me? Okay, he cares about everyone, but does he care about me specifically? And the truth is yes, he actually cares about you individually beyond infinitely. So just to understand this more, people would think like, does the great Hashem, God, he's so perfect, he's so vast, he's so great, he's so beyond description, and he's so beyond grasp. Does he actually, he's interested in me specifically? He loves me? Or is it like a general love? He loves everyone. And to that, we say, the Torah teaches us that he loves you specifically. We say, Ve'ahavta es Hashem Elokecha. We shall love Hashem, our God, or in direct translation, your God. Hashem commands you, you should love Hashem, your God, meaning you specifically in the singular tense, meaning that each and every one of us has to make Hashem my God, my relationship with him. He's my Hashem. We have to make ourselves vessels for him as our God, as my God. And we learn that Hashem loves each and every one of us as if we're his only child born to him in old age. So you think, Hashem, okay, somebody who has one child, Of course he loves his child, but Hashem has billions of children. He loves everyone specifically. So that the Torah teaches us, he loves you as if you're his only child born to him in his old age. God is not limited and confined by large amounts of by large numbers. Our brain can only imagine so many numbers. So to love 100 people, maybe some people are capable of that. Of, skilled individuals, sharp people that they can have a relationship, a deep love for over 100 people. 200, 300, 400,000, a million, 5 million, those numbers, most people's brains can't even apprehend those numbers. But that doesn't apply to Hashem. Hashem is beyond description, and he loves every one of us infinitely, beyond infinitely, as if we're his only child. And we have to say, a person's obligated to say the words, Bishvili nivra ha'olam, that God created the world for me. Because each and every one of us has the power to bring the will of God into reality, to bring the Messianic era, the Mashiach, the Geula, the redemption. Each and every one of us has that power. So let's make it happen today, guys. God bless you all.
Mashiach's waiting at the door, so let us greet him and come back home, finally home in the place where we belong. It's been so long that we've been gone, so lost and alone, scattered all across the globe. But now that we are back again, we beg you, please resume your throne. We're finally home.
All right, let's bring some heaven down to earth. All right. It says in the book of Shmos, and the Israelites walked on the dry land within the sea, and the water was a wall to them on the left and on the right. Always be leaving the slavery of Egypt. Never say, I am this. If you catch yourself fitting into a definition, contradict it. If you found your comfort zone, go beyond it. Don't let anything define you, neither to the left nor to the right. All single roads lead back to bondage, and only by walking two opposite roads at once can you truly be free. Yet, it demands a miracle, so be the miracle. Always be walking through the splitting of the Red Sea. You like that? You want to know more? Come to me on social media, any of the Actors Rabbis groups, at Blue Sky, Clubhouse, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Telegram, Twitter, WhatsApp, YouTube, or theactorsrabbi.com. Go there and join our mailing list and sign up for life coaching services should you need them. All right, let's make an after bracha.
Baruch ato Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam boirei nefashos rabos v'chesronan al kol ma sheborasa lachayos bohem nefesh kol chai baruch chai haolamim.
All right, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to my Patreon sponsors. You know who you are. All right. become a sponsor, please use this handy QR code, which will take you to breakfastwithelli.live/support, breakfastwithelli.live/support, or you can go to patreon.com/theactorsrabbi and donate today. All right, Yom Yerushalayim, I'm told, is coming up. And so we have a beautiful new rendition of the beautiful song, Yerushalayim Shel Zahav. And it is being brought to you today by Yossi Bayless. It's really nice. It's a nice, soft rendition. You'll like it. I know you will. All right. We are 8 days until Shavuos. That's right. 8 days. It starts Sunday night. Sunday night is Shavuos. So we have lots to plan for. Okay? Don't slack off. We got to get ready for Shavuos. Go out and do something nice, something good for someone today. In the words of Rabbi Isaac Hamler, have affection for a fellow. Hashem will have affection for you. Do a kindness to a fellow. Hashem will do a kindness for you. Draw a fellow close, and Hashem will draw you close to him. Go out and make it a glorious day. Good Tvach, Shavua Tov, a good week. I am so glad that you are with us today, and we will see you again, God willing, tomorrow. And we'll do it. We'll do it. Hopefully, we'll do it from Jerusalem with Mashiach Tzidkenu today. All right. See you tomorrow. In the words of Rabbi Isaac Hamler, I said this already. Have affection for a fellow, Hashem will have affection for you. Do a kindness for a fellow, Hashem will do a kindness for you. Befriend a fellow, draw a fellow close, and Hashem will draw you close to him. Make it a great and glorious day, and be the reason someone smiles.
Bring them home, bring them home. We've been praying for so long, so Abba, please bring them home. Bring them home, please bring them home. We've been praying for so long, so Abba, please bring them home. We're coming home, we're almost home.